so this is just a quick prologue. Everything from this point on is in chronological order, everything after this clip. And because of the way the events played out and the unexpected event that happened at the end, this is going to come across as scripted, but I assure you that everything that I say did actually happen. It started off yesterday. Because of recent events in the news, I started to question how safe it was here in Pattaya. But of course I got over it pretty quickly, went out and had a fun night. Ended up going to Soy 6, going to the airplane market and playing Uno with some Soy 6 girls. Had a fun time. And at 5 in the morning, I decided to head home. Wanted to stop at Mcdonalds and grab some food real quick before my 45-minute walk back. And as I'm waiting for my food, a young British guy stumbles in, collapses onto the floor, pouring blood out of his broken nose. And I didn't get that part on camera because the dude was concerned that he might be bleeding out. So I didn't want to shove a camera in his face, but I did get clips of the aftermath, the blood everywhere, and the employees bleaching the entire premises. Did not expect that video to end like this.
I don't know if Pattaya is getting more dangerous or if it's just because I'm reading more into the news and all the events that's happening recently here. It's literally twice a week that you see a news story that someone fell off their balcony, which granted, or jumped. Granted, everyone tends to have a lot too much sauce here in Pattaya. I don't know if it's a mix of people getting too sauced up, falling off the balcony. Literally twice a week since I've been back, at least, you see incidents of people falling to their death here. It's ridiculous. Just yesterday, someone jumped off their balcony after having an argument with their wife. Gun violence seems to be on the rise. Luckily, it doesn't seem like it's happening to tourists or against tourists. What really hit home for me yesterday, a news story broke that at 8 in the morning, 2 Thai people stumbled across an unconscious foreigner who was believed to be in his mid-20s, which I am, unconscious under a tree in a pool of his own blood with a broken beer bottle next to him. Obviously, no one knew why. So it just kind of like hit me a little hard seeing that something like that could happen to me. When we're here in Pattaya, we feel like we're invincible. You know, we feel like we're the king. This incredible view. Some of the most fun nights that I have here are where I just end up in the most random places, the most strange situations. It's wild, and it just clicked in my head. Recently, I just feel like I've been having to look over my shoulder a lot more. But in truth, there has only been one singular time where I have felt actually unsafe here in this city. And it was a very strange situation. I was walking home in Naklua, back to the Riviera up there at like 1 in the morning, pitch black. I'm walking on one side of the street, and then coming up on the other side of the road is 3 people. There's no reason to come to my side of the road. There's nothing on my side of the road. They all crossed to get in front of me. And now I'm starting to think that things might be about to go wrong. So they crossed to get in front of me. 2 of them stay in the road, and one of them gets close to me and gets in my face. And I'm just like, fuck. Like getting ready for something to go down. It was an Indian man, and he gets in my face and he says, "Excuse me, sir, do you know where to find honey massage?" I'm like, you horny motherfuckers just scared the shit out of me because you couldn't Google where the soapy massage place is. Yeah, dude. Also, in this one section of Naklua in northern Pattaya, they have buses that go until like 3 in the morning, tour buses and bop buses that pick all the Indian dudes up and bring them to honey massage. They just didn't want to pay that, so they wanted to walk and scare the hell out of me. So I'm like, yeah, you literally just go up to the main road, take a right, and keep going for half an hour, and you'll get to honey massage too. Scared the hell out of me, but that's the only time that I briefly felt unsafe in this city. Other than that, it's just wandering around and stumbling into adventures. It's just what makes the fun here. More information came out today that it ended up being a Russian man who was 50 years old. They presume that he gave the injuries to himself because he was next to the beer bottle. There was footage of him walking to the tree himself, but there was also footage of him walking back and forth on the road on a CCTV camera, already bleeding from his arms. So it's really unsure of what actually happened. Oh, the only thing they knew about the man is that said his first name and that he was 50. That's the only information that broke. But when the story initially came out, they presumed that he was in his mid-20s. So initially I was like, this can happen to me. I could end up like this. And just last night too, another foreigner and his Thai girlfriend went to park in front of a go-go bar on Soy Buakhao. And at the same time, 2 Thai people who worked at that go-go bar tried to park at the exact same time. They got in a brief like argument, and the Thai people assaulted the foreigners. And the foreigners went to the police, and when the police went to the go-go bar to get the security footage, it just so happened that that exact moment where that happened was erased from the security footage. And the business claimed that they've been having errors with their security footage. Right. We have some errors, and that exact moment is missing from the footage. Sorry. Gives you a clue of what actually happened and who's at fault. Last week, someone got shot in an intersection, and then the shooter fled, but ended up being found a few days later. So it's little events like this that just keep happening. I just keep seeing them pop up. That just make me think twice about certain things. But we can't let that affect our fun. Just have to remind ourselves to be careful when we're going out and about to have a good night. Got to remember not to get too drunk, not to put ourselves in incredibly sketchy situations, and in the off event that we do, to try and be extremely cautious. A week or two, Tim Ward, aka Sharky, if you guys know who he is, posted on his story that a ladyboy tried to rob him on Beach Road in the middle of the night. He had to employ some self-defense tactic. I guess he had some special weapon that he didn't want to disclose that he had to use on her. That's like, I walk down Beach Road in the middle of the night all the time, but I've never felt unsafe. I've never had anything like that happen to me. But then again, you read, another person got robbed. On camera, a ladyboy robbed a dude who was passed out drunk on the sidewalk. Walked up, stole his chain, walked away, and they got it on camera. Event after event. We can't let it ruin our fun. We got to be careful. To anyone who's here, anyone who's coming soon, just remember to always be careful. Although it does feel like an incredibly safe place, and it is relatively a safe place, you never know what can happen. But I do have to say, I do feel much safer walking around in the middle of the night than I would in America. And I do love this city. This is the view from the helicopter pad at my condo, the Arcadia Millennium. There's the pool on the 36th floor, and incredible skyline views. So, news in the past few days. Yesterday, Russian man found unconscious in abandoned lot under a tree. That's the one I talked about. 2 days ago, Chinese man jumps from condo after having argument with his wife. Also yesterday, German tourist night out in Pattaya turns into nightmare. That's the one who fought the employees of the go-go bar, where the footage disappeared. A few days ago, 2 people got caught smashing on Jomtien Beach. Not dangerous, but funny. Yesterday, mysterious death at Pattaya seafood restaurant. 4 days ago, Romanian tourist plunges to his death from hotel balcony. 1 week ago, a British tourist falls from the 4th floor of Pattaya Hotel. And an honorable mention to the man 2 days ago who had to go to the hospital because he got a ring stuck on his Johnson. Shout out to him. But anyways, it's Valentine's Day. Gotta have a fun night. Gotta get into some trouble. Not the dangerous kind of trouble, but some fun trouble. Couldn't ask for a lovelier evening.
Hello, welcome. This Jeremy is hot.
Fantasy bar. I love that it's 1 in the morning now and the night markets are still popping and you can still get a fresh smoothie or some fresh Thai food right now. And someone's even lighting off fireworks over there. Never a dull night in Pattaya. It is currently like 4:45 a.m. and we're walking home from the airplane market now. I said probably stay away from sketchy things, but it's not too sketchy going to the airplane market. Just played Uno for like 4 hours with some soy 6 gals, some soy 6 ladies, so always a good time. But going home alone, unfortunately. But nevertheless, a good night. I literally couldn't make this up if I wanted to. Was not expecting this to happen. So I made the conscious decision to stop at McDonald's after leaving the airplane market. You know, I had a coupon, sat down, waiting for my food, throw an AirPod in, turn a YouTube video on, and all of a sudden, this man appears out of nowhere, collapses on the chair in front of me. I just assume he's hammered. And this British dude walks up to him and he's like, "Are you all right, man? Are you all right, man?" I just assumed that he looked like he was about to throw up. And all of a sudden he coughs up blood all over the chair. And he gets up, he doesn't say a word, he gets up, he takes his shirt off and he's inspecting himself for wounds. He's pouring blood out of his nose. And really he's like, he can't speak because he's just like, the adrenaline's going so much. Dude had to have been like 20, 29, 30. Of the few words that he said, he was like, they were this close to stabbing me. And he's like asking people to check him if he has stab wounds. And he has blood all over him because his nose was bleeding so bad. So they tried to stab me. After like 5-10 minutes, he like calms down a little bit and just vanishes. No idea where he went. So yeah, that's not ketchup on the chair. That's his blood. And after he left, the staff started deep cleaning the entire store because he was just dripping blood everywhere. He had blood on his shoes, on his pants, on his shirt, and he got it all over the place. No idea what actually happened, other than someone tried to stab the dude and wrecked him up. His nose was probably broken. The only other words he said was that the British dude was trying to figure out like what's up with them, and it was like, "Where do you stay?" He's like, "I've got a condo in Bangkok." I was like, "Well, where are you staying here?" The dude didn't even have a place booked yet. I mean, obviously he was a little drunk and obviously don't know either side of the story. I mean, he probably got drunk and got himself into some trouble, but I definitely feel bad for the guy. What a coincidental ending to this night. It's now 5:30 in the morning, and of course that happens as I'm getting ready to go home. As I'm cheering up, thinking, oh, you know, it's not so bad here. Just had a great night at the night market playing Uno with the girls. And then this fucking happens as I'm waiting for my McNuggets. Hopefully the dude ends up alright. If you're still watching this, I appreciate you.